Hey everybody, how you doing? Hey Ed,
Howdy doody.
I'm Minnie right now. I'm waiting on him. We actually just walked in the house. Thought we was gonna be home early, but we didn't.
Oh, you young youngins out there partying.
Yeah, right. Not partying.
You gotta be doing something out
Yeah.
there. Hey, Daryl, how you doing?
What do you say? I'm a kid and naked. Oh
He's,
jeez. Well,
you
you
know the
can't come up if you're that way.
you know the you know the, you know
Well,
the
let me
difference.
turn my camera off.
No, I'm just teasing. You're all right.
You know,
You're covered up.
you know the difference between naked and naked, right?
Yeah,
No.
Naked means you don't have any clothes on. Naked means you don't have any clothes on, but you're up to something.
Oh.
yeah, that's why I cut my light. I didn't want. I seriously, I didn't have my shirt on, so I just cut my camera off, so nobody had to look at my mug. How are you doing, Mister Mark?
Oh, I just got home.
Hmm. Hey, Willie CK.
Had a bunch of stuff to do.
Me too.
Me too. All I did today was lay on the couch and watch football games.
Oh, no, Kaylee wanted to get a new car today, so I had to go up and I had to sign a damn disclosure since I traded in our little black car.
Uh-huh.
So I signed for it to go ahead and pay the car loan off, and I did that the other day. And then they called me today and said I had to sign a damn mileage disclaimer for the car, so I had to go back up there 3.5 hours to sign off on a damn mileage disclaimer because the
Hey,
car wasn't
buddy.
in Kaylee's name; it was in mine. Your time slot has passed. Yeah, Jeff, sure has, man.
No, no, Jeff, you were just early for the old for this one.
Yeah.
Hi, Ben.
What happened over here? Uh,
Well, Bocce.
Hey, Bachi.
and there's Bocce.
Hi,
What
Bachi.
happened over here to the screen? What's going on?
Oh,
What'd you do?
She
shit.
blacked it out because she didn't want to see me naked.
Hey, you ought to see the thing I put on Facebook.
I probably have, but I'll go look.
Oh, we got Jeff down there in the basement. Bring him up.
Oh no.
Well,
Hey,
Delisa commented on Bo's post the other day, and she got kicked off. She got kicked off. She got Facebook jail for 2 days.
oh,
No.
really?
Yeah, she did. She said she was going to run over with her 4 wheeler, and they kicked her off for violence.
Yeah, I got kicked off because somebody said that they was going to do some speeding or something, Bo, and I said I'll kick your ass, and they put me in Facebook jail.
That's what that's what they did with.
Hey, how you doing, Ben? Lisa Ann?
They
But
put her they put her in Facebook jail for 2 days because she said she was going to run over Bo's foot or something. Other people
yeah,
with the ATV with them airless low air tires because they won't hurt.
Were they called twice?
yeah. Somebody wants something, needs something.
You gotta get your stuff straight here. Here I
Well,
am. I'm in the middle of another stream, and I gotta stop and come here.
you didn't have to, man, but I appreciate
No,
it,
probably not.
and you know that stream wouldn't be as good as this one here, and that's why you're over here.
No, probably actually better what I was watching, but I gotta come here because then somebody will feel bad if I don't show up.
Oh Lordy. Oh, there's
They'll
Bob.
probably get mad if I don't show up till Edgestein tomorrow.
Yeah. And there's Bocce for membership for 20 months. Dedicated.
So,
Oh no.
What'd you do to Plan B, Ed?
Did you want this hall light on?
I ran it.
Yeah, I see that. Holy crow, that thing was all over the place.
It was full send, buddy.
It was full of something.
Nobody-
You need to get that thing going straight.
Yep. That's
just
very,
need-
very, very true, Willie.
that
We just need to get it going now.
well, that is kind of the thing. I mean, it might have finally showed itself why it won't pull one way or the other now, but Ed. I mean,
Exactly.
now that it finally shows, now it's time to rework it. It might have finally got to the point where you can find out why it wants to pull one or the other. Pull that direction.
What weight was most of them guys pulling?
Too much. Hey, Breezy.
Hey, Breezy.
Hi, Breezy. Hi, Lisa.
We're
Hey,
pulling
Breezy.
1,100-pound class.
Oh,
I
I
will.
really need to get out there one day.
Come on out. Heck, we'll find a place for you. Come on out.
Oh, it's a little expensive to drive all the way out there.
I'll buy you breakfast.
Yeah. We'll get you breakfast.
That'll help a whole lot. Let me put that bacon and egg sandwich down the gas tank and see how far it gets me home.
Oh, shit.
We could run you on natural gas.
I got some alcohol here. I don't know how you'd do with it, but that tractor sure has an alcohol problem. Should have named that daggone thing Little Alcoholic.
Well,
Uh,
Ed,
I see you guys.
It-
They got some that sound like they're stock and some that sound like they're kind of like yours.
mine's all stock, buddy. Stock.
Yeah, I know.
Ed mixed his Plan B. He mixed it up drunk the other night, and it run out of gas time he started it up. I mean,
Gator looks like he's hard at it there.
As you can tell by this right here,
Uh-huh.
I got another light put up today in the back.
There you go.
Did you?
Yep.
You can see
Two
it.
more, and we'll be able to see you.
Now you really got a heavenly glow behind you.
Jeff, put your glasses on.
Here, how
I'm
about if I
getting
go
there.
this way? Does that help?
I don't know. Does it help you see me?
Oh, shoot.
I know I can't see if I take them off. That's for darn sure.
well, I can be the Blues Brothers. How about that?
Yeah, we planned on going live at 7, but we got held up at the car lot, and the wife traded her old car in so Kaylee and them could get a new car, and I had to
What, the
sign.
little Kia?
Yeah, we traded off the little black one,
Our little Forte.
the little Forte, and
Oh,
it had 50,000 miles on it, so it was time for it to go.
is that the one that keeps telling you to take a coffee break?
No.
No, that's my new one. That's my new one.
That one needs to go somewhere too, as far as I'm concerned.
I told
but
him let's trade it in. There was a really nice looking car there. I like.
it's got 18,000 miles on it, so it's time for it about to go too. So
You only had 50,000 miles on it?
yeah,
That's low.
that's low miles, but when you're buying brand new, that's about the extent you want to go, or else you'll lose all your equity in it.
And how old was it?
19.
2019.
Yeah.
I know that for me, I've still got my mom's car, and it's an 04 Chrysler Sebring 4-door sedan. I
Uh-huh.
think it's got like 97,000 miles on it.
Right.
Most of it around town.
Right. But yeah,
Only on Sundays too.
that car lot was horrible. They said I had to go up and sign off because I had a loan on the car and was trading it in. So I had to sign off on the paperwork so they could trade it in. And then they called today and said, hey, you need to come up here and sign the mileage disclosure for what's on the odometer. Why in the shit didn't you do it when
Yes,
everybody
Don't
signed?
they put that stuff on like when you change the title and stuff?
You would think.
I know that's what they do here.
Yeah.
well,
They're doing all the title work, so
Right.
they have to have. Yeah, they should have had you sign it then.
Well, yeah, I had to go clean back the Maslin to sign the damn thing, and I was there damn near 3 hours waiting for him to get the damn thing drawn up.
well, they was making sure that Kaylee and him were going through with their loan before they finalized all of ours, which they didn't tell us because we could have did that today.
All right, Ben, thanks for
But
coming
they
in.
wanted us to come up yesterday.
See you later, Ben.
They
Right,
said
Ben.
they can't look over the car and give their appraisal until we're there and we sign.
Yeah, and I give authorization for them to do that. It was crazy. It was like, okay,
I'm sure they checked that car out before you got there.
Oh yeah.
There you go, Mark.
There you go.
I
That's
only
it.
got 4 quarts of it.
I don't think I'd use it though.
Mind you, these are still tin cans.
Uh-huh. So I said I don't think I'd use it.
Hey, I got me two 1 pound cans of the old golf grease. Still in the original thing, never been opened.
You're exactly right, Willie. I looked at getting a new truck, and I have the 5.7 Hemi in my truck now, and I can't no longer get the 5.7 Hemi. It's a damn 6-cylinder, and I don't want no part of it. And the bed's shorter on the new one. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to stay with the one I got.
Mhm. Yeah, I think to get
I'm
the
just
V8,
going to keep the old 97.
Yeah.
I think to get the V8, you have to step up to the 3/4 ton.
Yeah, you can get it in a 3/4 ton, but I can't get it with the toolboxes made in like mine is.
Mm-mm. Nope.
And it's crazy because that's a heck of a setup that I really like on mine.
Wait, the
Yeah.
little toolboxes on like the back fender?
Yeah, on both sides I got toolboxes. The fender, over half of the fender opens up on both sides, and it has toolboxes and everything in it. And I carry all my tools and everything. I load both boxes, and it's just like a service truck, and it's a heck of a setup.
Can you really actually put stuff in them?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
they're deep. Oh yeah.
They're a foot or so deep at
Oh
least.
yeah. I love it, and that's the main reason I won't get rid of it. Hey, how you doing, Lorna? Good to see you.
Hey, Lauren.
But you want to order a new truck, and that option's no longer available for it. And it's like, man, you guys are just killing everything. Anything that was any good, you can't get it no more.
Well, you
Well,
got
I
to go
think-
to yourself to Tractor Supply and get one of them cross boxes.
I don't like them things because then you got to crawl up in the bed and monkey. And I don't want to do that mess.
I'm kind of wishing I kept the boiler guard I bought originally I had on the white Ford.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Wayne.
But what are you going to do? Hey, Wayne.
Good to see
Hi,
you.
Wayne.
Hey,
Yeah,
Mark,
it's crazy. What's that?
there you go. Couple of Coleman tent heaters. That way, you get them filled up and stay warm when you're cold.
There you go. It's called I'll turn the daggone furnace up.
Hey, this thing here fully, when it's filled up, it'll run for over 8 hours.
Yeah, but don't them put fumes in though? You get
Not like
fumes.
the propane would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the propane actually, when they run, they're actually releasing moisture. These
Right.
won't.
Yeah, Wayne, a 450 diesel dually, that would be right up my alley, except for diesel. I'm not paying $6 a gallon for diesel.
And the
Then
F
you gotta
word.
get the DEF shit for it all the time.
Yes, you are there, Mark. You're already paying that, but it's not.
Yeah,
You'd have to make you put your hot shot trailer behind something like that.
but on the diesels now they got DEF on the damn 3/4 ton pickups and 1 tons. They are all running that DEF on them, and it's bullcrap.
Well, you know what depth is. It's just urine. So just get out and pee in the tank every now and then and keep trucking.
No, it's called just don't buy it because I don't live in California. I don't need that junk here.
I heard that.
Mazda electric push brake.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's just it. Really, we're running into that on regular tractor parts. Everything's out of stock. You got to wait for it. And It's a bunch of crap. Hey,
I've
Delaney,
been waiting.
how you doing?
I've been waiting 4 months for a flapper door for a Honda push mower that changes it from mulch to bag.
Yeah.
4 months.
And I got 4 of them sitting over here in the shed.
For the Honda push mowers?
They're Honda push mowers, and it's got the lever. You move it to mulch, bag, all that that I picked up at that auction.
Is it the commercial ones or the?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
But Lowe's sells the whole mower for $8.99 for exactly what I got.
Yeah, it sounds like about the same thing we got.
Yep.
These ones are red and like a dark gray.
No, these are light gray and got a red top on them.
Right.
These have the red top and a darker gray.
Yeah, that's the older ones before the ones we bought. Our baseball facility has 2 of those.
Yeah, and
the decks are different.
Yeah, they got an individual clutch that you pull in, and then they got one for the blade. Then you pull that one, then it starts turning everything.
Yeah.
And then you got that other little arm for the self-propel.
Yeah. See, ours has the thumb thing up on the handlebar for how fast you want to go.
Yep.
And then has the thing for the motor stop. But the one you're talking about has the third arm that stops the blade itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's something else. And I only wanted one mower, and Kaylee wanted the daggone mower, and that's the only reason I did. But then I had to take all 4 of them. I had to buy them in a lot.
Hey, they're actually good mowers. We've had those 2 out the baseball field. I know are 8-9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I put the track out today. I figured, I'll put the belt on it and see if it cuts.
Mm-hmm.
I put the 90-inch belt on, was just too long. I was like, okay, I'll get down here to the parts store and see if they got an 88 or 86-inch belt.
Right.
And I'm standing there, and he's looking through the computer, looking through it, and he finally says, "Oh, I don't have that here, but if you go to the store in Denville, which is like a half-hour drive from here, they have it." I said, "Nope, never mind." I said, "Well, let me go over and see Steve over at Napa." I told him the size. He's like, "I don't care anything like that usually." I said, "You gotta be kidding me."
Napa? Usually Napa handles all your daggone belts that you could forget.
Well, the one over here is a pain in the ass. I said to myself, I would have went all the way down to Blairstown. Guaranteed she would have took it off the shelf, took it off the hook.
Huh.
But I come home and I said, you know what, just for ha-has, I put on Tractor Supply and I found the V-belts and I was going through them. They got a bunch of, they had the 86, the 88, the 90, 92s, everything from 4 foot up. So I went over there and I bought the 86 and the 88. Put the 86 on, and it's just the perfect size.
Hold on.
Awesome.
See, the Tractor Supplies around us now, they quit handling pulleys, they quit handling trailer axles, and all that stuff. They took it out of the store because they said it was the guy that ran the district manager for Home Depot is managing that store there, and they didn't feel that they needed all that stuff in the store.
It's because Home
Really?
Depot's carrying it now.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I told the girl. I said, well, I thought this was Tractor Supply for tractors and farm implements and cattle. And she was like, I don't know what they're doing. It's crazy.
Well, that's the way the Tractor Supply is around here. They ain't got no. They don't have lawnmower blades. They don't have belts. They don't. I mean, about the only thing you can buy is with a small engine is a daggum chainsaw.
Yeah.
That's like the one here by me. It's a flip of the coin. They might have it and they might not. And if I punch in like the store in Blairstown, they usually have it, or the one way up in Sussex, they have it. It's like I'm not going to spend $25 to go to Sussex or down to Blairstown to buy a $10 piece.
Hey, how you doing, Kay? Didn't I just see you?
Family Farm and Home is still carrying all that stuff, though.
They'll get a lot of business by them doing that mess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's crazy.
Well, we've even got a Rural King over here in Radford, and you know they don't even carry lawnmowers. They got lawnmowers and all that, but they don't carry belts. They don't very few belts, a few different blades and all that stuff. I mean, it looks like they would have a little bit of everything as far as that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Before, if you couldn't find a part and you walked into Tractor Supply for mower deck or anything like that, a belt, you could generally find it right there at TSC, and they don't handle nothing hardly anymore.
No, you got the
It's
order.
turning into another yuppie store where all the regular homeowners go because they think they're farmers or something.
They're rural farmers.
Yeah, whatever they are.
But my gosh, I mean, for me to go up there by Ed, heck, it's damn near 30 miles for me up there to Family Farm.
Yep.
But it looks like I'm going to have to start going up that way just to get what I need. Crazy.
That's where we had to buy everything at when we were
When we did
making
the
the
sled.
sled self-propelled.
Yep. But it's crazy anymore.
That reminds me, I got a hunt down there. I bought off eBay. I bought a spare pulley for the mower deck. I know the guy sent it. I don't know what I did with the box.
Probably not.
Yeah, because he messaged me about 4 or 5 days after I got it and asked me, did I get it? And I was like, well, yeah, I think I did. Your name's on the box. And then the next question was, is it the right part? I said, oh boy, this guy probably got all mixed up.
Yeah, I don't know, but anymore, it's crazy. Hey, how you doing, Margie TV? I didn't see you come in there. Sorry about that.
Hey, Margie, Colin.
Anymore, you know, you go to order a part or something, and they say, well, it's back ordered. Then they can't even give you a daggone estimated time that it'll be back in stock.
Yeah.
What drives me nuts is when you have to pay for it up front before they order it.
Yes, I did that. I ordered a whole bunch of parts, and I paid, it was like $800 or $900, and 6 months went by, and I still didn't have my parts. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Finally, I got my money back and got my parts elsewhere.
That's why I've been buying a lot of parts off of Amazon.
That's where I went, and I got them. Heck, it not even 2 days I had them.
I just bought a dozen blades for our 72-inch mowers and a dozen for our 60-inch mowers, and they were almost $5 a blade cheaper than buying them through the dealer.
Yes,
And they are OEM blades.
spare spindles just in case. Exactly, Willie. When you find them, you got to buy extras because you don't know when you're going to get the dang things when you need them. I've done that a lot. How I have some stock there in the shop so that when I need them, I have them. And whenever I use my stock, then I reorder it right away.
Do you got a spare intake manifold for Command with Pro V heads?
No, that's about $600.
Yeah. It's actually a little. It's actually a little more now.
No, I don't doubt it.
Hey,
If
do
it's-
you have a set of hubs there for the Power King tractor?
I have no Power King stuff. I have no John Deere stuff.
You know you're in the red world over here.
This is red country.
Hey,
Well, I'm
Monster.
kind of red orange, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, Sea Monster, good to see you. Well, you know what, Jeff? Golly, I'm going to have to get this out, and I hate to do it. But there's a damn John Deere sitting in my shop.
But clarify,
It's
Mark.
a Cub Cadet. It's a Cub Cadet frame and rear end with John Deere sheet metal.
It's a cross dresser.
Yeah, so basically it's a blank deer. So I'm not going to say it.
Well, you know what? After watching Ed's video before, I can't say nothing bad about the John Deere because that one tractor just it did that full pull like it wouldn't even have nothing behind it.
That is a 50.5 cube national quarter scale tractor that we have to pull against in the wintertime inside. That's
And
an indoor tractor.
And it's a cross dresser.
And it's a cross dresser.
Well, at least my two tractors know what they actually are.
Message on Messenger?
No,
No, she didn't, Uncle Steve.
let me look.
She's ignoring you, Steve.
Yep, but I put that mower deck on, then I had to mess with the electric thing for the power takeoff. Of course, it's got about 8 butt connectors in a line. It's like, oh boy, here we go. Had to cut it, get the belt on. I looked, and when I went over to Advance, I said, "You guys got anything like a little, a 2-wire plug setup like they got on trailers?" He started pulling out these things for light bulbs. I was like, "Dude, that's not what I want. Obviously, you don't have it." So I came back home and I took a couple of spade connector things, just the insulated ones. I put them on.
Okay, Uncle Steve, she said she'll get them ready and get them up to you.
Yeah, it was, huh, Willie?
Oh, you think that one's funny, Willie? You ought to go back and watch one of our old ones from a couple years ago when it was really dusty out.
Oh,
You couldn't see the sled. The operator was standing back there. He goes, "I didn't know which way we were going."
Yeah. And then when you get off the tractor, you use nothing but a dust bag.
Yeah. Luckily, the wind was coming from our front, so it was blowing it back behind us.
Yeah. But the only bad thing about that was it sucked being the guy on the sled. But that was some good times, though. But
Do you guys have people fighting over tire sizes out there and stuff too?
Oh, constantly, just for different classes. They want tire size for this class, tire size for that class, and it just back and forth. That's why I went modified. So whatever I can shove in the motor, I'm legal. Whatever tire size I have on, I'm legal. So
I don't understand the whole thing. It's called the garden tractor pull. If you got a garden tractor, go there and have fun.
right.
There's only 2 major rules that we have to follow by, and that's your weigh-in weight and your hitch height.
Yes. But anything else that we can put on the tractor to make it run, whatever fits in it, you can run it. Same way with the rear ends and tires and all that in the modified class. Now the stock classes, they got some pretty strict rules on port and polish and cams and all this and that they got to go off of. That's why I got out of the stock stuff and went to modified.
Yep. you never hear guys bitching in the modified class. Well, he's cheating. How do you know he's cheating? Because he's beating you.
Right.
There ain't no cheating.
And then they got the $100 tear down rule. Somebody puts up $100 and protest your tractor, they can tear you down. Modified class, they can't tear us down because we're modified.
Right.
So, it was just better off to get away from the stock class.
Well, to me, there should be one rule. If it's a garden tractor, it's got to be something that can actually work in the garden.
Well,
90% of what you see, we'll never see anything in the garden again.
well, and not only that, Jeff, but they have a stock called Pure Stock. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Pure Stock, you take your mower deck off,
Yeah.
you come in and pull it. Well, the only issue I have with that is number one, there's no hitch. Number two, there's no wheelie bars. So as far as I'm concerned, that's unsafe.
Yeah.
That's my issue with that whole subject. You go putting wheelie bars on, you put a hitch on, you're no longer mowing grass with that tractor.
No.
And that's what they consider for a pure stock tractor.
Well, it's like mine. Mine are both pure stock. Hey, one came with 16-inch wheels, one come with 24-inch. It's not like I changed it from something else. It's
Right.
got the original 14 horsepower Kohler engine in it with the original 3-speed transmission. But yet, I can't pull it because some clown that's got his little wheel horse with bored out V10, V-twin in it.
Right. Yeah, at least
Or he put his little turbocharged Kubota diesel in there and it's got it cranked to the nuts.
well, I got a little Kubota diesel in a case out here. Then I haven't ran it yet. And you can do all kinds of crazy stuff like that. But Delisa, refresh your page. It's
And then-
crazy.
And then you got the clubs that say as long as they're OEM parts, you can run in the stock class.
Yes.
Yeah,
To where you can take a 12 horse
yeah,
block
13
and
watts
bore it out
and
to-
11 watts.
and bore it out to a 16
Yeah.
and still run it in the stock 12 horse class because it's a 12 horse block.
But now
And it's OME parts.
and another big thing is you can take a 10 horse, put a 16 horse crank in it, put a 12 horse rod in it, and still come up to your 670.2 on your setup and it'll be a 20 thousandths pop up and it's still a 10 horse, but yet you'll tear them apart with it. But it's all OEM parts,
Right.
Kohler parts, and it's legal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know that stuff. But I don't know nothing about it either myself. I'm just guessing, But
Yeah.
Well, I was happy. I got that mower. I pulled the button and the blades spin. So I wandered around the yard a couple of times there. I didn't lose the belt, and the belt actually rides up to the front pulleys like it's supposed to.
there you go.
Very good.
And then I was thinking about it. I said, you know what? I could take that snowblower and put it on this tractor if I want.
Yeah, really. Really you could.
Yeah, because it's drilled out. It's got the mounts for the newer stuff, and it's got the holes in the frame for older stuff.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Most of those Power Kings, aren't they set up for that way?
Well,
Universal.
the older ones, like the pre-72s, I think it is,
Uh-huh.
have just the frames, the holes in the frames. So you have to use the older stuff. And then from like 73 up to, I think it was like 77 or 78, you could go either way. And then after that, you got to use the mounts on the frame.
Right, right. Yeah, a lot of this stuff's pretty much universal, especially on the older stuff.
Yeah.
So you can swap out implements and stuff like that for them. Did you get a chance to use your disc yet?
No, you ain't got that message.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, you get them out.
Yep. I think the billet flywheels should be allowed in every class.
Yes. And that's a safety factor as well, Willie. I think every one of them should be running the flywheel.
And when I was involved with another club, and I was their supposedly their safety tech guy, and I brought that up multiple times, they said, "Well, we're trying to keep the price down, the cost of the pulling down, so guys don't have to spend that much on their tractors."
Well, they're in the
But
wrong
yet,
sport.
but yet the guys that were totally against it had all aluminum wheels and aluminum this and stainless steel that, and all this other crap in them. It's like, are you serious? It's under $200 for a flywheel. You got $800 worth of wheels on your tractor, and you're trying to keep the price of the class down.
Right. Okay. On to Lisa's note. She wants a pet monkey. You already got a pet gorilla. A monkey and a gorilla don't get along.
He
Who
said,
do
I
you
don't,
think could win that fight, the monkey
he
or
said,
the
I
gorilla?
don't count anymore.
Oh no.
Lisa. I'm sure Daryl will be happy to do that.
Oh, they only pee on you if you let them.
Yeah.
Rain on me.
But yeah, that billet flywheel and stuff, I agree with that big time.
You didn't get nothing.
I ain't getting nothing. Oh Lordy, I
Yeah.
didn't get anything there. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I did
The
that.
only thing I got to do is make a setup for I could put a 3-point on a 24-inch tractor.
Hey, that's now that you brought up 3-point, I got a question for you on that.
What
Got a
happened?
plow out here, but it doesn't have any place for the 3-point arms and stuff. It just has a flat plate with a bunch of holes. So what do? You got to build a 3-point setup for that to bolt to? Is that the idea or what?
What kind of tractor?
A Ford?
Ooh, I don't know about Fords.
You're talking about that disc that's sitting there by the garage?
It's a single row plow.
I mean, yeah, that plow.
Yeah.
That's a what the hell they call that hitch?
What, sleeve hitch?
Yeah, because it has that plate that goes in, and you drop the pins down through that.
Yeah, sleeve hitch.
So you got to actually build something on the tractor for it to work.
Yep, right there. Willie says the Ford GT has a sleeve
Yep.
hitch.
That's exactly what tractor it is, Willie. Ford GT.
Well, sleeve hitch ain't actually that hard to make. All you
Uh-uh.
need is a picture of one to go off of.
Right.
Yeah, you can go to I think it's iSave Tractors, has some really good pictures of them.
Yeah.
There's another website too that has some really good pictures of sleeve hitches.
Right. Yeah, it's Kyle's tractor, and he wants to get something made up so he can start using that plow and the disc and everything set up the same way.
So what's Mater make?
It looks like he's making shelves or something.
Well, it looked like he was carrying a table around there for a minute ago.
Yeah, now he's
Well,
building.
here you go, right here. There's a guy on a Power King thing. He makes these.
Okay, now it doesn't have those ears that one has. It's just a flat plate,
Up and down.
up and down. There's no angled ears or anything like that.
There's a piece that bolts to that flat piece.
Okay, that makes
make
the
it-
angles.
Yep, to make that sleeve hitch. And see the bolt on the bottom side there.
Right.
You run those in to take the tension up to keep it from wiggling side to side or back and forth.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's got
After
one
you-
bolt on each side. You drop the pin in, crank them down tight.
Yep.
And if you don't crank them down, this thing's going wherever it wants to go.
Right. I'll be darned. Okay.
Yep.
So, what did Willie get his hands on?
One for
He's got a Craftsman sleeve hitch set up.
One of these years, I'm gonna start looking for the 3-point hitch for my 3200 Cub
Yeah.
because they make them. Yeah, AgFab. That was the other name I was looking for. Is they make them. Hey, Boneyard.
Hey, there's Boneyard. How you doing? Now,
Hey.
what? So basically, you got to make arms and everything off the bottom of that rear end where it's got two little angle iron pieces with holes for your pins to go through. So you have to make arms coming out and basically
Yeah.
back to that hitch.
Yeah, all you really got to do is just bend like a piece of, I don't know, say 1/2 inch or whatever. Just put 2 bends on it to fit where the pins go. Piece of flat stock and just if you wanted to, just, I send you that picture. You could just go off of that, just weld an angle on there or whatever. And you've seen how it, well,
You
I
can.
don't know
You
how
can
he
actually.
made it.
Right.
You can actually find those category 0 arms on like Amazon or not Amazon, eBay and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They still make them today.
Well, look up a place called Ag Supply or Ag South. Either one of them. They got all kinds of arms and hitches and all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay.
I mean, and it's a retail store, so I think they're out of Raleigh, North Carolina, Raleigh, and then one in Florence, South Carolina.
Well, at one time, Tractor Supply used to carry them.
Yeah, they used to carry a lot of things that they don't carry no more.
Right.
Crazy.
Because
All right, Willie, I'm going to be checking that out.
Because Kenny's trailer
Mhm.
has 2 of those lift arms off of a 4.9N that we straightened up.
Uh-huh.
They had the ball joints on the end, and we bolted it solid on one end. Still had the balls that'll move, and the other end we took the pins, bolt on pins for him, like you put on like a plow or something.
Right.
Bolted those to his gate, and that's what he uses to hold his gate up.
I was there. I think you put a cable or something on it too, didn't you?
Yeah, it's got one of those lift cables.
Yeah.
But the thing to hold the gate up are just tractor lift arms off. I think they're off of 4.9N.
Okay. Yeah, it could be. Could be.
They were ones he got from down at the farm that were bent, and we heated them up and straightened them back out.
Right.
Want some chips, Ed?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Let me tell you about that. Is that Frito-Lay chips?
Lay's.
Lay's. Yeah. I don't buy them things. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
The crematory is right next door to the plant where them are manufactured.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't need none of that dust over there.
I only buy the ones that are made down here in Navarre.
Yeah, that's Grandma Shears down there.
Mm-hmm. But I got an inside check on a guy that gets them to me for cheap.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know where these are made. It says Plano, Texas.
Oh, you might be all right then.
Maybe Charlotte,
made
North
her
Carolina.
about that.
Maybe Charlotte, North Carolina, since it's on the East Coast.
Yeah. Yeah, at least I used to buy a lot of Wise potato chips when I lived down that way where you are at.
Well, they still got them at Dollar General.
Yeah. But I can't find those honey barbecued ones. I like those ones.
I used to when the Shears store was still open. I used to go over there, and they used to have a Parmesan something potato chip that was a special blend for a restaurant. they wouldn't say what restaurant, but I used to go over there anytime they had them. I'd buy like a 5-pound bag of them.
Oh, now that we're talking about restaurant, guess what
Yeah.
happened at
I got that.
Patton's place?
I got that message too.
Did you see the newspaper?
Uh-uh.
Illegal gambling shut down. I knew it was going to happen. I called that before it ever even happened. Okay, Crystal. Yeah, but yeah, I died. I got a message from a little birdie about it. So I went past it, and there's a big sign out front with big letters, closed. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was talking to her. I told her that her and Deb need to open up a little breakfast joint.
Well, yeah, they would do good.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be,
I told her she needs to buy that place across from her house, that old garage. Put a half a dozen tables in there, a little kitchen, and just do breakfast.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that was something. When that little bird sent me that message, I was like, huh? So when I had to go to Massillon this afternoon and drove past there, great big sign, one of them light up signs with an arrow, went right to the building, all lit up and everything, big letters closed. And I'm like, wow, that didn't last long.
Well, I've talked to 2 people that's been in there to eat.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the first one said that everything tastes like it was frozen. Like they got burgers, fries, and something else, and the other person got, I forget what they got, but it tastes like it was all like pre-packaged stuff,
Right.
that they were just heating up. And the fries taste like what would come out of the freezer section at the grocery store. And the second person said that the food was okay, but the wait staff sucked.
Right.
They had to wait like 15 minutes to even get a drink order,
Wow.
and another over half hour to get their food itself, and they weren't that busy.
Yep. Hey, how you doing, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
But yeah, anymore though. All these restaurants are just people that's getting them and all. It's ridiculous. Now I'm just waiting to see what's going to happen at our little place here in Minerva when that guy takes it over. How bad the menu and everything's going to change.
Yeah,
that's going to be something to see.
Well, is the old restaurant there? Is it going to go up for sheriff's auction now?
I don't know.
Was it seized or just closed?
It's just a big light up sign that says closed.
Well, I mean, in the paper, if it says it was closed for illegal gambling, was it seized by the cops or?
It doesn't say it. It's just shut down. So he's probably going to have to pay some fines and shit and do jump through hoops to reopen, I would say.
Is that still Stark County?
Yeah. Yeah, that's Stark County.
I mean,
But he had 2 other places that were shut down for it. Then he comes and buys that place and does the same bullshit again after he just had 2 of them closed.
Right.
He not a very smart person, I would say.
Yeah, but if he's just being the money man and there's somebody else's name on it, then it won't, technically go back to him.
Right. It's hard to say. But it could just be a big tax write-off for the money man, too.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Move on and grab another building and start again.
And that Patty's place is actually a halfway decent little location.
Right. It was definitely better than up there at the corner, that little L-shaped restaurant with no room in it. I mean,
Yeah.
It was a sufficient amount of room and everything. It was a comfortable place to go to.
Yeah. And that's what I can't understand about that place. That place has been open for 30 years, and they've never expanded it.
No. And they do a heck of a business there. They're always busy.
I mean, yeah, they could double the size of that place and still pack it.
Right.
Well, basically, it's either there or one of the other two is on the other side of town. That's the only places around there.
Right.
You know.
Well, there is that little bar down there next to Napa down there in the bottom there in East Canton, but I don't know. They serve breakfast and that, but I've never been there.
I've been there a couple of times and I was never impressed. Yep, that's right, Scott.
Only you would come out with something stupid like that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I've never been in there, but some mornings on the weekends, that place down there in the bottom's packed.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So here's
That's
something
what-
for you to think about. How could I take the drawbar hitch on a big tractor? And I know I can make. It's not hard to make like a 3-point setup, but I got to somehow make it so that I could set the right angles for when I hook the garden plow on it.
You pretty
I'm
much
trying
have,
to figure out how to do that without
pretty
going just a flat out full blown 3-point setup on it.
but you're talking about the drawbar on the bottom
Yeah,
that you can pull pins and it slides side to side and you repin it.
no. When you put like the garden plows on,
Okay.
the first guy keeps it flat to start the first row.
Uh-huh.
Everything after that is your tractor's gonna be riding like this in the hole.
Right.
And like the
You gotta-
3-point,
you gotta drop
if you
your
crank the
arms.
one side down to keep the plow flat.
Right. You'd have to have adjustment on your arms.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out how to do that on the drawbar hitch.
I'm glad you're back, Botsy, because we missed you.
No, we didn't, Bocce. Don't believe a word he says.
No, you'd almost have to go. Well, no, you could use like, yeah, I'm in the same boat. You could use like, what do I want to say? Like those winders for like cable.
Yeah.
You could use one of them with 2 eyes on each end and be able to turn that turnbuckle to adjust your height on the individual arm.
Well, and they also make a small regular turnbuckle for like a binder.
Yeah.
They make them like 12 inches long. You could just take the hooks off of it, and then you'd have that to adjust in and out.
Right. To where the eyes you would actually hook to the frame and to your arm, and then just use the turnbuckle to level it up or to tilt it, whatever you wanted to do with it. That would be the easiest way to do that. Hey, Kyle,
About time, Kyle.
I just seen him somewhere too.
Hey, Cal.
Wait a second. Bocce just got back, and Kyle just got here.
What's going on there, guys? There's something up.
Yeah. Coincidence?
Which Tractor Supply might still handle them, Jeff?
Well, the only problem I have is that hitch is actually solid piece.
A solid piece,
Yeah, see how that's solid. You ain't gonna bend that.
right?
You
You
might
need
twist
that-
it a little bit under a load, but you ain't gonna never. I'm trying to figure out how to try and run like the lower lengths off of that somehow, so that you could set them on different heights. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Well, you might have to put like pins. You could put a higher up pin or something like that to run your make you a bracket there to hook
Yeah.
that into to spin that off of those heavy pieces that you already have there.
Yeah.
Granddaddy's tractor was he had chains back there that he could adjust the chains.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a chain,
comes down.
a chain would work, but it would give it too much side to side movement
Yeah.
rather than to hold it firm so it would plow straight. You just have to monkey with it, but a turnbuckle would be the way to go with it.
Yeah, you might even have to make 2 plates up with a center pivot and then 2 holes on the side with bolts through it that you can twist one, you know,
Right.
Yeah.
to make. And then if the holes on the side, the two on the tractor could be stationary holes and slots on the side, and that way you could turn it and then lock them down.
Right.
You know.
To get the plow to stay flat, like what you were just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's nice about the short hood there. I can put the plow on, put it up on the blocks on the one side and set that and be done with it.
Okay, Jeff. Just figure out which direction you're going to plow. Put bigger tires on that side that's going to be down in the road. And
There you go.
It's flat. It's just say.
Just when you're not down the road, you'd be sitting sideways, and then
we got Jeff thinking his face. He's thinking. He's gonna come back with something here in just a minute.
Should I just let the air out of the tires on one side?
Hey, I did that mowing grass.
Well, like I imagine if you looked on the hot rod side, you could probably find some air shocks that you could do that with it, Jeff. And airbags where you let the air out of one side airbag and pump up the other side.
you laugh about the letting air out of the tires. A few years back, I had a guy bring me a riding mower, swore up and down the deck or the blades were bent. I went all through it, checked the air pressure in the tire, and the 2 on the one side were low. And when he got on it, it actually made the tractor sit crooked. That deck dropped down on that side and would scalp his grass.
Okay, Ed, I asked you not to tell anybody about that, but
That wasn't you. No, it wasn't you, man. This was a whole different customer, man.
the neighbor called me up. Said, Mark, them 3 yards that you mowed, they look like hell. They're all scalped and everything else. I said, yeah. I said, I mowed all 3 of them yards on a daggone flat tire on the back. Didn't even notice that the tire was flat. And I said, I don't really care. He's like, oh, I'm sorry I bothered you. It was just one of them days. I scalped the heck out of them yards.
Just last week, I had one of our guys bring me a mower. Say, "Oh, I hit something and bent a deck, or bent a mower or a blade." I'm like, "Okay, no problem. That happens all the time."
Right.
The supervisor come up and said, "Hey, you need to check that thing for that mower for a bent spindle." I said, "Why?" I said, "It's just got a bent blade." He's like, "Just a bent blade?" I'm like, "Yeah." He said I brought it back and said he must have hit something. He goes, "Go up by these buildings and look." Dude, he mowed a whole entire building with a bent blade. digging into the ground.
Oh boy!
Not just a pass or two, a whole entire building. I mean, it was probably the size of my backyard.
Yep.
And you could see it back and forth every pass.
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle, you're absolutely right. I know all about that. Daggone, that's why I was fired before I got out of my probationary time at the college. It like the way I mowed.
Well, we asked him later, well, didn't you notice it? Well, no, the grass was kind of high. It was hitting the ground. How could you not see it?
He was making gardens.
They cut it 4 inches. It was hitting the ground.
Wow. That's crazy.
That there Brown Street going up alongside where you cut just now, that doesn't tell you something?
Not just a streak. It was actually a 72-inch mower So them blades are 23 inches or whatever they are a piece. It was bent down, and it was the width of that blade, swirl marks going out through the yard.
Big old circle.
Okay, so he had brown spots about this wide, going back and forth.
Yeah.
I'll tell you another good one. Kyle was out brush hogging with my tractor, and then Kyle hit some rocks, and you ought to see the side of my pickup truck. Whoa, man. He got it good.
Yeah, that's the chip that I noticed. I'm like, what happened up here?
The brush hog.
No, and nobody wanted to answer me at first.
Yeah, it was a big old boulder kicked up, and I heard it hit the truck, and I was like, "What the heck was that?" That's
So
Daryl.
Daryl, tell us about the first time you cut the grass in VA.
Well, years ago.
Just cause I cut it at 2 inches. I mean, the ground.
They do.
Well, years ago, whenever I first started at the university, I was the only one that knew how to run a brush hog, and we had just acquired a oil well property.
Going out?
And they're like, "Oh, take the brush hog up there and mow that." I'm like, no problem, I can do that. You know how many feet of well cable I freaking pulled out of that brush hog?
A lot.
My boss actually had to come out with the torches one time.
Uh-huh.
It was buried. It was buried, and it got wrapped around the blades, and I couldn't move the tractor.
Right.
I couldn't pull it out of the ground, and I couldn't. I'm like, dude, you have to bring the torches out here. He's like, why? I'm like, because I'm stuck. What are torches going to do? I'm like, I've got 3/4 inch cable wrapped around the blades, and it's buried, and I can't move the tractor. He didn't believe me. He come out, looked, and went back and got the torches and come back out.
Well, heck, Delisa. Maybe he needs to do it again, so you have to wait another 20 years to get grass back. Jeff, your camera fell down. We can't hardly see but your keyboard.
Yeah. Well, down in South Carolina.
How about now?
In that sand land down there, that was how I kept my blade sharp. Was I just get them sandblasted every time I cut the grass. So.
Yep. Yeah, Kyle. I already told him about you and the brush hog thing.
I know a kid I know out in Alamuchi. He's got a bunch of tractors, but his first one, the old 7710, he started out with a 6-foot brush hog, I think, behind it. Now he's got the 14-foot Batwing.
Yeah. Yep. But yeah, back to Delisa's comment and Bocce's comment. Delisa, don't hassle him about that mowing that way, because you'll give him a complex and he'll be scared to mow that grass, and you won't have grass for 40 years. Oh shoot.
Well, that was the way I sharpened the blades in South Carolina. That was, I mean, that pure sand down there. All you do was you drop the deck on the ground and just shut up a minute, and it was sandblast the blades and keep them sharp, so I didn't have to sharpen the blade. But now I get up here in this daggum clay mud. I mean,
Scott, you would be surprised how many people mow their lawn and have a flat tire on one of their tires that they don't pay any attention to.
That was me, Scott Keller. I'm not afraid to say it. And I damn well mowed 3 yards on a flat tire, and it never come off the rim. 3, not 1, 3, and I scalped the shit out of it.
Well, this guy, they weren't completely flat. They were about half flat. So they looked normal when they were sitting there. And when he got on it, the weight of them pushed it down enough that it scalped.
Yep.
So
that's the way it is.
But it's the same tractor that it was probably 7 or 8 years old and never had an oil change or new blades put on it.
But I can sure say this as I'm sitting here. I'm not God Almighty. I make mistakes. I got on there and I went to town mowing. So,
yeah,
it is what it is.
I was looking today. I was trying to figure out. I got like almost 5 pounds of air and the 24-inch tires on that big tractor. And I was looking at it. I said, well, it's got 250 pounds of wheel weights on it. And these things are still, they're not flat. They're still bowed up like they got like 40 pounds in them or something.
And Scott, it's the same kind of person that turns a work order in at work for a golf cart that has a flat tire, and you have to go hunt it down on campus because they're still driving it.
Damn it! Why are you telling everything that I do wrong there?
True story. It took me 45 minutes to find the golf cart, and when I asked the guys, they're like, "Well, it wasn't completely flat; it was just low."
Yeah.
It's only flat on one side. I mean, the other side is still round and all that stuff.
Look perfectly fine on the top.
That's what I keep trying to tell people at work too, Daryl, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
They tell me, well, I got cord showing. I said it's just better traction in the snow.
Yeah.
All right.
They don't like that.
But the ones that gets me is they act like they're driving 50 and 60 mile an hour on a lawnmower. Worried about my tire.
Then you get the security guys that turn in 5 work orders because their AC is not working in 1 week, and I've got other work orders for things that aren't running at all, that are broke, and they think that their AC is higher priority than something that's not running.
Well, yeah, they can't pull over in the corner and go to sleep with the AC on.
Not my problem. Take a golf cart.
Yeah.
You go to bed,
Bo. Yeah, you need to go to bed, Bo. Get off that computer. He's probably gaming. But Scott Keller's thing's hid. No, Scott, you better leave them kids alone. You'll be the one to get in trouble.
Yep, just call the cops on them.
Yep.
If you know who they are.
Yep. The hot water will scald somebody, and they'll say you're trying to do some real mischief with it.
Uh-huh.
And piss is a biohazard. And
Yep. Follow the law. Let them handle it.
yep.
Yep. I figured out how I'm going to put weights on the front of this tractor if I ever do take it to a pole and try and run more than 1,200 pounds.
What's that?
The 24-inch. I look at the other day. I see, I could just use the mounts for the plow. I just make a bar, slide it up into this one, bolt it onto the front, and just make it so it's like about this wide, and put a couple of suitcases on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But yeah, okay. I got to put it in my wish list. My Xbox died. I don't have an Xbox. I can't play my hunting game like Kyle said here in the chat. So, yeah, Kyle, I'm really jealous because I can't go deer hunting and stuff or bear hunting on my Xbox. It OD'd.
Well, maybe all them grandkids and stuff could come together and buy Papaw one.
Yeah, but the thing that Kyle's not telling you is that he's the one stole your power cord that burnt. Because his burnt loose, and now he stole your power cord, so he used it on his, and that's why yours don't work anymore, Mark.
Wow.
Right there, Bo says he got you hooked up.
I heard that a year ago. Oh.
So how come Kyle has to hunt on Xbox? Is it because he can't hunt for real?
He ain't got time. He works too much. And then when he gets home, he's tired.
Yeah.
He's working 80, 100 hours a week.
And Mark's using it for practice.
Well, what's he making, about $4 an hour?
No, sir. He works at oil rigs. He makes damn good money.
Well, then he can't be broke.
Yeah, see there, Kyle? You never got it to me. My daughter got it. You're broke after today? Yeah, I think so. I agree.
I agree
I
too.
think he was broke long before that.
I don't give a damn if he's got 20,000 in the bank. He's broke. That's the way he lives his life. He
I
makes
didn't mean that kind of broke.
Yeah. God, don't you mean?
I was thinking the same thing, Bocce.
Yeah, Bocce. Very, very true. Heck no, Scott.
Yeah, it's worth about 15 cents there, Briggs.
It ain't worth that. It's too far outdated. That thing, you'd plug it in, it'd spend a week updating. That
If
far
it-
out of date.
If it didn't burn the card out of it trying to update, it might just pick the controller up itself and go. We ain't doing this. No, it's over.
You ain't kidding. Wow.
It's like a few days ago. I plugged my old laptop in. It still has Windows 7 in. It just come up and said the operating system. No, it's just come up and said the operating system's out of date and no updates are available. Wouldn't let me do anything else. It's like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the doctor to tell me that. I'm done with you. You ain't got no more updates. So anyway, I went to that daggone doctor. I had to go for that therapy and all that on Friday and everything. And this guy says, we're having a rough time with this. He says, I'm going to have to refer you to a general surgeon, and then you might want to consider Social Security. I said, that's not an option for me. I said, one guy cannot get disabled twice in one lifetime. And he says, well, you're working on it pretty hard. It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Now, see, a friend of mine, she don't have fractures in her back, but she has bad vertebrae and discs.
Mm-hmm.
And now the doctors are fighting back and forth which surgery they're going to do first.
Right. Right. But here's the thing. They want to do one disc at a time. So that's 3 surgeries.
Boy.
Well, that's what they're arguing about with her. Do they do all the surgeries? Do they fuse all of them? Do they do this? Do they do that? And she's like, I don't care what you do. You have to do something. It's getting to the point that I can't walk.
Right.
And
Fix me.
And they sent her to the PT, and the PT doctor literally said, I'm not touching you.
Right.
I will do more damage. You need surgery. There's nothing I can do for you. And they're still fighting back and forth. And meanwhile, there's times that she has to crawl, like roll out of bed, get on the floor and crawl on her hands and knees to get to the bathroom. And the biggest thing she's worried about is how long she's going to be laid up, because her husband doesn't have any vacation time left, and he can't, since she's not working, he can't take the time off work without pay.
Yeah, exactly. But like I told the doctor Friday, I said, it's pretty sad. I said, let me explain this to you. I said, I got disabled for 99 years from my heart. I said, they took my heart out of my chest and put the steel and everything in it and put it back in. You mean to tell me that you can't put something in place of them discs that it's fixed and fixed right?
Nope.
It's not that easy. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not that easy? If they can take a heart out of your body, fix it and put it back in and bring you back, it's phenomenal what they can do, but they can't do anything for basically a disc is nothing more than a shock absorber in your back.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, come on now.
It's gristle.
Yeah.
Basically. Yep.
Bring yourself out here with a shovel handle, and I can fix it for you.
Jeff, hell no. I would bring a shovel handle, and I tell you what you'd do to me. You'd put the shovel handle in your garage and use popsicle sticks.
Well, the
I hadn't
doctor,
thought of that, but now that you mention it,
the one doctor literally told her that if she does not have the surgery within a year, she'll be in a wheelchair.
Well, it's kind of was told that way to me too, but I'm not ready for that.
But she can't sit. She has to either lay down, or be like reclined. And she's like, that's not an option. I mean, they can do the surgery after she's in the chair, but she's like, that's not an option.
Right. But that's the bad part about it. I can't sit real long. I got to get up and move, and then I have a heck of a time to get up anyway. But I feel better walking around than I do laying down or anything. I can sleep maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'm up. And I got to walk around and get it to mellow out and everything, and then I can lay back down for a while. But it's just it's stupid that nobody has the technology. But I think the technology is there somewhere.
Yeah,
Fix
it's
it.
there.
Yes.
My dad had two vertebrae fused in his back, and he was perfectly fine after it happened. After he went through his rehab and built his muscles and stuff back up, he was perfectly fine until he fell and broke his arm.
my only problem is my legs are tired.
Right.
Well, see, like with my hip, I can't stand in one spot too long because it doesn't hurt. It just goes numb. After doing it repeatedly so many times, it does start hurting, and then I have to sit down.
Right.
Well, I'm not one of them yet, Wayne, but I'm working on it.
I was going to say, I think I seen something about that, Wayne.
I know, like, getting into the Mighty Mac isn't no real problem. Sometimes it's tough. But, like, getting up on the excavator and stuff, I look like the little kid trying to climb up on the kitchen chair.
Yep, you're exactly right, Bocce. They say you can't do this, can't do that. They disabled me once already. And by God, I come back. Now they're wanting to lean the other way on me again. And it's like, I'm not ready. I'm just not ready for that.
Well, but Bocce, honestly, with them little short legs, how fast could you really run? Wouldn't it be just a normal walk for anybody else?
That's why
Come on,
she has
come
them
on.
little short arms so she don't fall over.
They match her arms match her T-Rex. Her T-Rex arms match her little legs.
Yeah. Mm.
You ever see the little Chihuahuas walking next to the Great Danes? Their legs are going like 50,000 miles an hour, and the Great Danes just kind of like striding along. Same thing.
Did you see that little video that I put up? The little boy in the wheelchair with tracks on it, pulling the sled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. I thought that was the coolest thing.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
But I know I got days, like if I'm standing there, I can walk like from here to there. Not easy, but I can do it.
Right.
But if I'm standing there, like if I was sitting there at your house talking to you for more than 5 minutes, better get me a chair because there ain't much more standing after that. It's like my legs just start getting worn out, and it's like, holy shit, I'm gonna fall over here.
Right. And then Tuesday I have to go for this nerve testing. And it, like I told him, it goes down my legs, the backs of my legs to my knees. And so now they think there's a nerve being pinched.
Yeah.
So fix it.
You gonna leave Sandy at home?
No.
That'll be off your nerves.
Nah. But it's all crazy shit.
Hey, I could test your nerves. I'll bring the baseball bat over. Just give you one good crack. Did you feel that?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with you then.
Yeah, Tampa, if that's you down in the basement, I need to see a camera. Make sure it's you. But yeah, it's just some crazy stuff, you know. But the technology is there, but I just think it's insurance ordeals.
Why do you think they call doctors practice? Because they don't really know. Everything they're doing, they're winging.
Pretty much. It's crazy though. And there's Briggs.
Hey, Briggs.
I personally believe with all my heart that when he sees I'm hurt or something, Bosco's a better doctor than a regular doctor.
But you know, that's the sad part about the doctors is they take so long to get to the point of getting the stuff fixed and just doing it and getting it over with. They drag it out so that they make all this big money.
Yep.
That's all it's about.
Yeah,
Not
that's
all,
it.
but most of them.
But it's like the last time I went to this time here I went to the foot doctor on Monday, and one foot doctor is here because the one I've been seeing is on Thursday. She's pretty cool, man. She had this thing going pretty darn good. Him, I went there. It's like everything that was growing in, he gouged it right back out. I was like, I seen the thing, and when I got home and I changed it, it's like, you've got to be freaking kidding me.
yeah, Wayne. That same happened to my dad. He had some cadaver bones put into his neck.
I fell out of a tree about 10 years ago with a cutting
On your head,
branch.
obviously.
No, I didn't fall on my head, you dirty old man. You probably fell on. I fell on top of your head. That way, that's why it's all. I fell on your foot. That's why it's all swollen. You just forget to tell people that. But I fell off a tree about 10 years ago. Landed on my shoulder, fractured about 4 or 5. They put about 10 zillion screws in it, and I had the same problem you were having, Mark. And every they want to do rehab. I went for rehab. Then I couldn't even move my arm behind my back. Finally, I said, why not do shoulder replacement? They go, yeah, but we like to do this and do that. I said, you're not the one sitting and practically can't move at all. So let's just do it and get it over with. Best thing I ever did. It's been 7 years. I haven't had one problem since.
Yeah, well, they stick me in that physical therapy and all that, and I hurt worse before I ever went to the damn place. It's like, you got to be kidding me. It's just the way I went to run around. My brother-in-law, he's the one that finally agreed with me and said, he's having all these problems. Just do a shoulder replacement. It's been, they can't. I don't give them time. They'll probably have a back replacement in 10 years. Well, they can do
I
everything.
don't think he wants to wait 10 years for that.
No.
Yeah, Jeff, you got to tell people straight. It was me that fell on your foot and made it break. So because my hard bones cracked it up and screwed it up. You just forget to tell people that.
Yeah, but heck, Wayne, if that's all the more, and it's probably going to take time to get the feeling and everything back. And they say it takes years and years to recover from stuff like that. I don't know. I haven't got to experience it yet. And truthfully, I don't want to experience it. I don't want them cutting on me.
No, that's kind of spooky when you think about it before you go into the operating room. Well, even when you're wheeling in there, they keep telling me, relax, everything will be okay. Like, yeah, you lay here like this and do this.
Well, I'll tell you, years ago, first thing that went was my left knee. I had to have surgery on that dang knee. Then I had double hernia surgery, and they did both sides at once. So they dang near cut me in half to do both of them in the front. Then I had open heart surgery, and now they're wanting to do me back. I'm like, shit, there ain't gonna be nothing left of me by the time they get done cutting me up.
Oh, call you Steve.
Man, when you gonna do
$1 million man.
when you gonna do the $6 million man? There you go. See, there go a RoboCop.
I don't know. It's just crazy.
Well, the $6 million man now is a $50 million man because everything's went up. So.
Right.
Well, Mark, what you need to do is get your little communicator out. Go, hey, Scotty, beam me up so Bones can work on me.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, but the only positive thing of it is I can go into the airport and I don't have to go through them security checks and all that. I just show them that card because I got so much steel with me. I can't go through none of their metal detectors or any of that stuff, so I go right around them all.
Yep.
You know what amazes me?
Oh, I love those security.
When you're laying there in the emergency room and you watch them go around, get everything all set up, and it's like, okay, just take a couple breaths and start counting backwards from 100. I have never gone past 95.
Really?
Yep.
I always, the only time I went into surgery was I didn't walk in. I was tooken in.
I remember one time the first foot doctor, which I thought he was really good because he was like a regular old time doctor that, he did house calls and he had his bag full of everything. He operated on my 1 foot one time, and it's like I thought they were gonna put me out. They put me out enough that I couldn't feel it. I couldn't really tell what was going on, but I could hear him and the other guys, like the students or whatever, talking back and forth. I told him that, after I got out and he come in to see me, I was like, he said, well, I says, yeah, I told him, I says, I kind of figured it. I says, I was listening to you guys. He's like, what do you mean? I says, I heard what you guys were talking about. And he's like, you were out cold. I said, I'm telling you. And I started telling him, he's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. But I don't know. The way they got this technology anymore, though, if they really wanted to, they could just about save anything that they're working on, really.
Uh-huh.
Just depends on how your body takes it.
And unfortunately, I'm still here.
Well, Jeff, hey, when I went in for that colonoscopy, they injected me with that anesthesia. They didn't say for me to count. All I know is I'm sitting there. I said I could feel it going in the vein and everything in my arm. All of a sudden, my head was all kind of tingly, and about 2 seconds later, I'm out. And next thing I know,
Oh yeah, you can feel it when they do it through the thing there. It's like you all of a sudden you get this burn. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And a couple seconds later.
Yeah.
I hate when they do it by that.
Yeah, I was feeling it in the head. Next thing I know is I'm in the recovery room going, huh? And tell you how much I was out of it, I didn't realize it till later on in the day. I put my underwear on inside out. It's like I didn't care.
Yeah, that's
I stayed awake from my colonoscopy. I love watching the camera.
Yeah, that's what Wayne said. He could never make it to 6.
I think I made it maybe.
I don't mind when they do like the gas, through the mask. The only thing is, when you wake up, it's like, give me a quart of water, please.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you can't drink nothing yet. It's like, are you kidding me? I can't.
Yep.
You feel like a dried out old sponge.
Yeah. And you can't even swallow because your damn mouth's so dry from that gas.
Yeah.
My father did. My father went and had colonoscopy once. He took the meds. They did he did his constitution on the throne for about 8 hours. Where you clean your pipes out. And then just an hour before he went in, he ate a peanut butter sandwich. I said, "What the hell are you doing? You can't eat a peanut butter sandwich." He said, "Oh, I'm just having fun with him." He went in there and didn't tell him he ate a peanut butter sandwich. He thought that was funny. till they sent them home.
Oh Lordy, Wayne, that wouldn't be good.
No,
My-
no, not at all.
My aunt actually stayed awake voluntarily to watch them take her appendix out.
Nah.
They set a mirror up and everything for her she could watch.
Wow.
Wow, that sounds like Wayne. That sounds like when I was in New York. There, I started coming to, and the alarm for the heart thing went off, and it's like I could hear them. I couldn't do anything to try and stop. And I was trying to yell. I was trying to move my hand or something. And the next thing I knew, I felt the top of my head just exploded.
Well, they did a nerve block on my aunt, and she requested it. She stay awake.
And you know that's one thing right there that you just brought up. They brought that up with my back, that they could put a nerve block in.
Yep.
And I said, I don't think so.
Why, you don't want to see the needle for that?
No, Delisa done
It
it
looks
twice.
like a
and they
cartoon
didn't
thing
make
about
it
yellow
work.
long.
The
And the doctor's going to tell you when he puts it in, whatever you do, don't move.
But the factor of it is, though, why do I want to cover it up and make it worse and not know that I'm making it worse? At least having the feeling I know, hey, that hurts. Don't do that again.
That's your limit. Yep.
Yeah. And you get a nerve block, heck, you ain't gonna feel anything that you do and tear it up even more so.
Yep. Do more damage.
I know when they did the nerve block on me, man, I couldn't move my one leg for 2 days.
Oh, I bet. You know, and it's just killing me to no other end. I haven't got to pull my tractor one time this season. And it's killing me. But I get to see it I get to stand and watch it break going down the track. And
Damn it, he
think,
broke it again. When am I going to get a chance to do this?
yeah. Don't do the injections. They made me worse. Yeah, Delisa, they gave me 2 shots of cortisone in my back. And I was sick throwing up for 3 damn days. From them.
Good job, Maggie. Do it again.
And making you see hallucinations and stuff.
Right.
Let's see if Maggie can do that again.
That's all right. But anyway, everybody, I'm past my hour. So I appreciate everybody in the chat for coming in and everybody on the panel. Thanks. And we're going to be shutting this thing down. I'll wait a few minutes here, let everybody tell each other later. And y'all have a good weekend. Yeah.
Bye,
Tomorrow night.
y'all. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See you tomorrow night.
Bye, Jeff. He gone.
Appreciate you having me up, even though I wasn't saying much. I was trying to be, staying busy in here.
That's all right. But
Good night,
everybody,
everybody.
don't forget, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Polar Bear Ed.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Polar Bear Ed's garage. Get that out right. But all right, we'll see y'all. Thanks. Appreciate everybody. Stay safe.
All right. Good night.
All right.
Oh. I don't think it's ending here. What the heck?
You're hitting the wrong button, looks like.